All right, total disclaimer here. When I first started, doing this little farm, homestead, whatever you want to call it, I was watching different videos and people, of what people have for animals and what kind of animals and, what kind of animals, not just cows, pigs, chickens, turkeys, but like what kind of cows do people have, I went to the Dexters because they were small and I watched people that had them and they were great. When it came to Kunes, I was very, very much against getting Kunes. I was always like, why do people have these small, ugly pigs? And as I was watching different videos and watching people, talk about them, because I don't just, if I see something, whatever, I don't like it, I want to research a little bit and see why I don't like it. I came across a channel, KC Farms, that's all they do is raise Kunes. So I really started to watch him. It's weird. Whenever you watch these videos of other people, you watch their videos, I always forget their names and I watch them every day. It's weird. So anyways, I was so against them, and watching KC Farms, I don't know, KC's name maybe, he really started to turn me on to Kunes. Well, good morning, guys. Going on a fast trip tomorrow. Not work related, hopefully fun. Got to get some stuff done. Got some feed coming. Got to get that stuff put away. Get everything set up so when I do leave, everything's good. But I do want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about, I have raised feeder pigs a few times. And now I am moved to the Kunes. And I want to talk a little bit about, why the Kune pig, I feel, is the best farm pig to have over the traditional feeder pig. But let's do some stuff. We'll chat about that a little bit. Looking like it's starting to warm up too, which is great. Buddy. It's like that spring is kind of flirted with us a little bit these past couple days. And it looks like it's going to come back and flirt again. The problem is it makes it really nasty. I mean, that's when the mud season starts to happen. And, right now we're still cold. So stuff is still going to be icy, but we might get some rain. So that's going to put a little layer of wet on that ice. And that just makes it dangerous for people walking around. George, what are you doing, George? You don't have time for me, George. Okay. A few years back, we raised 4, I think. We raised 4 feeder pigs. First year we raised 2, went fine. We processed them ourselves. That didn't go overly great. Second year, I think we raised 4, 2 for one other person. And then somebody else had 2. And then I think a couple years after that, we did another batch of feeder pigs, but not on my land. So, I've done pigs quite a bit. I'll tell you, feeder pigs are more aggressive on the land. They love to tear up your land. They have the big nose. They can get to, 400 pounds, 500 pounds. Very hard to manage. To the point where, like, if they got out, like, you'd be nervous getting them back in. The fencing you'd have to, like, put under the ground a little bit so they wouldn't dig up over it. So I would have to say, George, what are you doing, buddy? I would have to say that pro number one with having a Kune is they just don't tear up the land like other feeder pigs do. Well, of course, the battery's dead. Figured actually it's actually like somewhat nice out. It's been warm the past couple days. Well, it was cold yesterday actually, but the days before that was really warm. I really wasn't expecting this to be dead, but I don't know, maybe I need a new battery or something. I don't know. Let's try to get it started up. I got to get these cows some hay. You know, another thing with these Kunes, they get out, you can literally just walk them back into where they need to be. They don't really have a reason to want to wander or leave or go get into mischief somewhere else. I mean, they get out. You know, I had an issue with the big guy that I have in jail now, but for the most part, they'll just walk with you. If they're trained by food and they don't, if I had a big perimeter fence around my whole farm, I would absolutely just let them wander around. Or if I didn't have a breeding program and I didn't need to separate the males and the females, I would just let them roam around. They're not going to get into too much trouble. Like I said, they don't root up a bunch of stuff on your land, and they're friendly. I mean, we haven't had any issue with them. That was pretty dumb on my part. I think actually it would have started. I didn't have it in neutral. Another reason that I love Kunes, more than the feeder pig is they're just so much easier to get back in if they get out. They follow you. They don't run around. Remember the first year we got pigs, they got out when I wasn't around, and poor Billy had to go get them. I think he was probably, 10 minutes away from just going to get a gun and shooting the thing because he couldn't get it back. Looks like the feed order came. Be putting those away today. I know, Mo. What do you think, buddy? I have to put this line out because when I'm doing this by myself, it's almost impossible to keep them from not jumping this way on me. But they know what's coming. Good thing is when I'm gone, it's supposed to be pretty nice out. I actually think one day it's supposed to get into the 50s. I might try to give them one of the silage bales today. They've been frozen, but I might try to find a good one to put in there today. They like those. The good thing about cows is they really don't eat the bad stuff. So if there's a string left in there, I'm sure it's happened, and I'm sure someone will comment that it's happened to them. I get it. For the most part, it's pretty decent that they only eat what they should be able to eat. Huh, girls? Those silage bales are a little bit smaller too, so hopefully I'll be able to shut the door. And Maddie, go, move. Now also you can see I put that board up here so they wouldn't get into here, but now they're jumping in through here. Have to put up another board right here, I think, maybe even a little bit lower, so they really can't get in. I think they might even be going underneath here too, so maybe a couple boards here, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna give them one of these silage bales. They're all starting to get holes in them. You see this one had a hole in it. They're turning all moldy, so I can't even use that one. There's a few of them that are like that, so I want to use these up. It's not frozen. It was frozen before, but it looks like it's thawed out pretty good, so it still has that really sweet, sweet smell to it when you open it. It almost smells like good. It's weird. It's kind of a nice morning on the farm, really. Like 25 degrees, no wind. It's manageable. I'll take that all winter long. Got to get these fields cleaned up for the spring. We'll start cutting away all these dead trees and really start trying to fence things off for the cows this year. Probably have 3 different paddocks in this field, and then in the back field like I did last time, I'll have another one. So 4 of them to rotate through 5 cows. and then we got calves coming. So have to see how that goes. I think I'm gonna end up probably processing 1 or 2 of these cows, just until we get more, you know, open field. I'll tell you what, these bales too, so much easier to take off the stuff and throw in. Not frozen at all. It's probably pretty good. Pretty simple, actually. Well, we'll see if that helps it from them pushing everything out. Hey, Mo. Mo, what are you doing, buddy? You gonna go crazy with this bale or what? Come on. There it goes. Oh, they seem to like it, I guess. Mo, don't break it. I don't know what makes that fermented smell. I have to look that up. Yeah, so another thing with the Kunes, depending on what you're doing with them, right? I am breeding mine, registered stock, hopefully selling piglets, keeping some of the piglets for our meat and to sell. But the great things about Kunes is you can sell them as meat, you can sell them as a breeding, or you can sell them as pets. I know that sounds crazy, but we had what? We had 5 piglets last year. 1 died, 4 were sold. 3 of them were sold as pets. 1 of them was sold as a breeder. It's just crazy. So it just gives you one more way to sell your animals and make some money. Go crazy with this because I could get the forks and claw and grab this stuff. All gonna make really, really good compost. I was watching a video the other day of someone, you know, they're new farmers and they were cleaning out their chicken coop and they were throwing it all away and they had a garden and stuff. Whatever you do, don't throw that stuff away. What do we got? We got a chicken laying in here now? Oh my. So this is where she's getting all of her eggs from. Oh, I'm sorry, girls. I didn't realize you guys were laying in here. All right, well, I'm gonna go dump all that stuff. Give the pigs some of that hay. Man, it feels so much nicer when you're working in weather like this. All right, so what do we got so far? We have, these pigs don't root up land as much as a feeder pig, right? Yep. If the pigs do get out, they come back. They come back and it's so easy. They follow you. As long as you have food, they know where their home is, they follow you, right, George? George! Dual purpose, right? Dual purpose, selling them as pets, as a breeding pair, or as meat. And as far as another positive, and the biggest positive of them all, is nothing beats the meat with these guys and girls. Like nothing. Like, they taste so much better than any other meat that you could buy in a store for pork wise. I mean, hands down, not even a question. George, don't get angry, George. They're not the cutest looking pigs, I know that. Probably put that in the negative category. But they're kind of cute in their own way. George, George, relax, buddy. It's okay. What? So you talk about the positives, but definitely got to talk about the negatives as well. And there are a few, you know, people that, you know, raise Kunes, or people that raise real feeder pigs, you know, say that Kunes, you know, aren't real pigs and they belong in people's houses and you shouldn't eat them. And I don't know, people talk about crazy stuff, but a few of the negatives, it takes a long time to grow them out. You know, they don't grow at a rapid pace like a feeder pig does. You know, a Kune takes about 2 years to grow out. So, you know, if I have piglets this spring, it's going to take me 2 years before I actually bring that pig, you know, to the butcher. You know, that's something to think about. If you're looking for a quick turnaround, a Kune is definitely not it. Cows think they're getting food. They have a whole new hay bale that they've been devouring all day. What else do we got? Another negative to Kunes is you know, they don't get as big. They get big, but they don't get huge where, you know, you're going to bring a 400-pound pig to a butcher and get, you know, 250 pounds of meat. Ain't going to happen. If you do that, you're going to overfeed these pigs, which you can do. You can overfeed them, and you can just make them fat. And it definitely hurts the pig. Meat is by far the best thing that I've ever had pork-wise. Just has that good fat ratio to it where it's a little bit fattier for sure, but it's just, I don't know, something about that taste. It looks like a steak. And I'll link my link somewhere of a video that I just did that compared, you know, store-bought pork to our pork. All right, so it's afternoon chores now. You know, and I guess in closing, as I was doing this video, just thinking about it, I guess it really doesn't matter what kind of pigs you have. Just that you're out there and you're growing your own food source. And you're, you know, I think that's huge. And I think that if, you know, as long as you're doing something, and if it's chicken, pork, you know, cows, meat birds, turkeys, you know, Kune pigs, regular feeder pigs. You know, regular feeder pigs are good too. They're great. They take a lot more work. You have to be committed to fencing and, you know, all that goes with if those pigs get out. Those pigs will rip up your neighbor's lawn, your lawn really fast. And things can get expensive. So, again, either way, whatever you guys want to do, me personally, I'll always have Kunes. I don't think I'll ever get feeder pigs again. Now, there is a mixture of Kune. Is it Kune in Berkshire? Kune in... There's a mixture of something of a pig that is, you know, kind of like a Kune, but it's a little bit crossed and they grow a little bit faster. They don't root as much as well, but I forget what that is. But maybe I'll try that one of these times if I want to grow a pig fast. But I really have no need to do that. So I'm going to stick with what I know, stick with what I like. And that's my buddy George and the girls over here. Oh, bud. Crazy. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked the video. Hope you liked the content. Anyone has any questions about, you know, raising Kune pigs or raising any pigs there, for that matter, put it in the comments below. You know, let me know where you're from. Let me know what kind of animals you tried. Let me know if you don't like Kunes. Let me know what you don't like about them. I don't know. I like the comments. I like more info. More info, the better, in my opinion. So, thanks, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you in the next one.